Breaking news. A correction officer who stole a real kingpin's name is fighting with a child actor. I mean Drake. Rick Ross rapped on a recent diss track against Drake. Flows copy and paste. Weezy gave you the juice. Another white boy at the park. Wanna hang with the crew. But the best lines and champagne moments, Rick Ross's diss track against Drake, came actually in the outro when he yelled, I know you got your Dockers on with no underwear, white boy.
Hey, pause, man. Pause. What the fuck? Hey, why does he know that this man ain't got no underwear on? It was dope that it came out like right after Drake dropped his. Like it felt like Ross was like in command. But we also know that Drake has a history of only responding to relevant artists. At this point, although Rick Ross is talented, his music relevancy has passed. That last album they tried to do with Meek, we really liked it, but it didn't seem like it got the critical acclaim or the chart appeal that you would normally get with a Rick Ross project.
And for those just tuning in, Drake took aim in his track Push-Ups when he was rapping, I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he's jumping in. This N-word turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy. Spend that little check you got and stay up out of my business. Okay, what's even funnier is that the child actor, I mean Drake, that is beefing with the corrections officer that stole the real kingpin's name, I mean Rick Ross.
Yes.
What's funny about it is that we can see on social media that Drake was actually texting his mom. Drake's mother was worried about what was going on with Rick Ross. Drake said, oh, don't worry. Rick Ross is just old, bitter, and broke, and he's just doing shows at proms.
Yeah, and I was like, I wasn't sure if that was true. Sometimes people just say some scathing shit to try to get a rise out of people. So apparently he got some merch.
Rick Ross.
With Drake's face on it, and he was legitimately performing at proms. Now, that's not a good look if you supposed to be a major music artist. Like, Drake is still selling out arenas right now as a musician. And so if Rick Ross is trying to show his prowess in the rap game, it's not by doing proms, right? And I ain't got nothing against people doing stuff like that. But if you start a rap beef like Rick Ross did by unfollowing Drake and basically acting like Drake is phony, he's a white boy and all this shit, you got to be ready for the shot.
It kind of contradicts his whole diss against Ben Don saying, just watch the bottom of my yacht.
Yeah.
Your yacht, you doing shows at high school proms, bro.
Yeah, I'm not, and he might not be hurting for money, but that is not a good look. And Drake, he also went on social media and trolled him about his Miami house. He was like, yo, look, you got like the content creator pad. It's sandwiched in between another house, and look, it's a lot right next door to yours. So you're not really living large.
But how can Drake come back when Rick Ross called OVO Click the pastrami posse?
That's a bit of a reach, bro. What the hell is? That's like when somebody come back with a weak diss. It's like after you joking and shit, you telling your mama jokes. It's like, man, that's why your mama don't know how to cook, and it be like,
Crody. Do they even have Wi-Fi on that cargo plane? He may not even heard this yet, but look. White boy, I know we not friends, but let me give you this advice, because you ain't got nobody around you. Or you ain't got no real niggas around you. Let me just put it like that. Ain't no real niggas. Stop. Don't respond. You ain't even peeped when the intro came on with the Teddy Pendergrass. That was that black fire. Don't do it. Don't go write a 8-minute verse that, I know, nigga, Yachty, I know you want to get that money. You ain't wrong, nigga. Keep buying them big houses. But I'm going to tell you this like a real nigga. Ain't no more BBLs. Ain't no more ass fillers. Ain't no more cheek fillers.
Ross also came after Drake for having a cease and desist on Fresh Montana. So there's that as well.
But the way he said it, he was like, you called the police on my homie. And it's like, a cease and desist is not calling the police. That's just a legal document where it's like, I don't know what Fresh Montana did. Maybe he deserved that cease and desist. I don't know. Like, if he was like using some of Drake's copyrighted content and his shit, he should have had to go through the right channels like anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
But then Rick Ross is saying that Drake had like a BBL or or BB? What is it?
Nah, yeah, the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah,
the Brazilian butt lift, right?
To say that Drake has a
And he's like, all these mans out here with BBLs.
Well,
y'all, you know,
anything. If you got a fake body, you got a fake mind. So I'm like, is there evidence that Drake has a BBL?
We don't know that. We don't, and it's like he said he got a nose job, he got a BBL, and this is one of those things where it's like, okay, granted that bariatric surgery, that lap band surgery that he got because he was too big, right? He was so overweight he had to get surgery. That's not necessarily cosmetic surgery, but most people who get the lap band, due to the fact that they have hanging skin, they usually have to get cosmetic surgery after a period of time because they get loose skin. So who's to say that Rick Ross didn't also have to get a BBL?
This episode is not sponsored by BBLs.
I don't know, man. I think Ross is stepping way out of his territory.
Well, so look, you know that Drake could easily drop receipts on Rick Ross on the next track.
He already did in the first track. He was like, I own all your number one hits.
Pretty much.
And it's pretty accurate. And although Ross tried to flip it in his song, he was like, oh, you got on my songs that was good for your face. And I was like, that doesn't make sense because Drake was the bigger artist and has always been the bigger artist.
So you don't think Rick Ross could be a contender in this war on one with 20v1 rap against?
He just looks like another guy in the Royal Rumble that's about to get thrown out the ring.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with talking, but Drake, you got to keep it at one line. That you doing got to take 20 minutes. One line or don't DM me no more. No. I know why Drake don't do what I do when I talk and he don't talk. He'll take a picture and post because he got ghostwriters for his captions. Listen to me, he got people sitting around. What's Rick going to do next? Let's go, come up with it. Come on. BBL Drizzy, just pick your phone up and talk to the people.
That track that Kendrick rapped on with the Metro Boomin and Future collab, he threw the first shot. He threw the gauntlet down from the actual artist.
I do not like the new tailor-made AI diss with Tupac and Snoop Dogg. It's like, leave the legends out of this. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Snoop Dogg was to tag in with Kendrick on the diss at this point. I think that's kind of foul, bro. Like, don't use my fucking voice to write a diss track towards somebody like. And then Tupac.
It's weird.
The thing about Tupac is he's so revered that if you fuck with Tupac, people usually get really mad about it, and rightfully so. Like, I tried to listen to the diss. I got through like the first couple bars. But it sounded so corny. We know it's not Tupac. Tupac has passed away. And the voice, I don't know, the shit that they had Tupac saying, Tupac wouldn't say no shit like that.
No, I don't know why Drake would do that. I think Tupac's estate should sue Drake for that shit.
That was too far. And I know he's trying to troll Kendrick. And some people think it's funny. But I don't like messing with artists like Tupac because he's so significant to the culture and the history of rap. It's like he could have used any other AI out there. He could have used a Pusha T AI or not a Pusha T. I don't know who Kendrick has beef with, but I'm just saying I feel like that was weird that he went that direction. And I wouldn't be shocked if Snoop Dogg at some point had to speak out on this because I wouldn't like nobody using my damn voice.
No, fuck that shit.
When? How? Are you sure? Y'all have a good night. And to all. Why off? Everybody calling my phone, blowing me up. What the fuck? What happened? What's going on?
When was the last time Snoop Dogg battled anybody, though?
I mean, besides this whole Death Row situation, which is now resolved at this point, because I don't think him and Suge are beefing like that anymore.
I hear 50 Cent reopened up the beef with him and Rick Ross in December 2023, so we're about to see some bloodshed. I'm here for it. I'm waiting for it. 50 already destroyed Rick Ross, revealing that he was actually on the Popo side as a correctional officer, stealing from the real Rick Ross. So he already destroyed Rick Ross. However, Rick Ross, as a chaos agent, has something in his favor that Drake does not. I would say Rick Ross is a bigger troll than Drake. And so when it comes to the back and forth on social media, Rick Ross can probably keep it up longer.
That's true. And Rick Ross doesn't have anything else to do, right? He's kind of a self-made businessman with a lot of money and time on his hands. And he's already posted a lot on social media. But I do see it coming off as kind of corny, right? Because if he's not going to make more music and Drake doesn't diss him back, it's kind of all for naught, right? I think he needs Drake to respond to really keep up the ammunition. And maybe Ross is doing this as a business move. We've talked about this before where beef can make you money.
From the jump.